Now, since before the bombs fell in Appalachia, there is a restaurant that patrons would talk about throughout the hills of Appalachia. And that, my friends, is Big Fred's Barbecue Shack. And when you go there, not only are you met by foxes that are not hostile, but do count for canine kills with a melee bit. I found that out, not myself. I would never have taken those foxes out to see if they were canines. They are, with my melee, my auto axe. But, you know, there's a thing that's found on the counter, and it's talking about burnt ends, and I love burnt ends. I don't know about you, but the point on a brisket makes my mouth water thinking about all that fat, that flavor. But today we want to try out some poor man burnt ends, and maybe, if you let me know in the comment section below, we can try out some poorer man burnt ends with hot dogs, and maybe even a somewhat poor but not so poor pork belly version. But today we're doing beef. Today, my friends, we are doing some chuck roast. Cubed up. We're not cooking the whole thing. We are cubing it up before we cook it. That way the bark, just like DMX said, could be on every single side of that piece of meat. And I want to see how it is in comparison, since we just did cook a brisket on this pellet grill, and I can't wait to see how it turns out. I've had chuck roast before. It's been great. It's not been as good as brisket, but I do wonder how this is in comparison, because you see, with brisket, you're committing to a 12, 16-hour cook. With this, we're going to be able to cube it up, season it up, let the season be on there for about 20, 30 minutes, then put it at 160 for 2 hours, then bump it up to 225 for about 2 to 3 hours. So instead of a 12 to 16 hour time period of them being able to try, we'll be able to try for supper tonight. So y'all sit back, relax, and let's talk about burnt ends and Fred's Barbecue Shack. Now, with this method right here, all we're going to be doing is cubing up everything, and we're just going to get in here and make some cuts down the meat, and that way we can cube everything up. Everything's going to be about 1 inch to 1.5 inch cubes, just as it goes. And yes, I'm constantly stabbing the meat over there. I can't believe that I would do such a... Get out of here. Go. Get. Gone. And get. But I am super excited for this. And hey, if y'all want to see a different version of burnt ends, we have 2 other ones that we can do. We can do poorer man burnt ends, and then we can also do some heckin' pork belly burnt ends. And I'm going to tell you what, I've got some pork belly, and I can always go get some hot dogs. But yeah, the meat inside of this chuck roast absolutely positively looks so good. But yeah, this is one of those things we're just going to cube up, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put seasoning on every single bit. And now look, what you can do, you don't have to cut it up and cube it up yourself. What you can absolutely do is just cut it and just go with it. You can cook it, I meant to say cook it, and then cube it up. But what I like to do is I like to go ahead and do this. That way we already have seasoning and bark on every single side of the meat that we're seeing right here. But oh my God, I cannot wait to try this. Look, I am pretty much one of those people that when it comes to comparing chuck roast to brisket, it's something that I equate to time, because yes, of course, it's not going to be as good, right? You know, like I've had chuck roast in comparison to brisket, and it's not as good. But as far as a timely manner of things, it's one of those things that time is money, friends, as the ye old goblin taught us in the wonderful, wonderful world of Warcraft. Time is money, friends. And it's something that when you don't have a lot of time in a day, maybe you're a dad, maybe you're a mom, maybe you're just a die-hard gamer who has to get back to the game. This is one of those reasons that I like to talk about pellet grills. Pellet grills. I get to be lazy. I get to go play video games. I can go cut my grass. We actually have a review coming out soon for this grill. I've just been wanting to get a lot of cooks done on the grill. That way I can give a very informed decision, since, you know, it is my second pellet grill. I would like to at least get some major cooks in and see how I like it in comparison to the other one that I own. But yeah, like, I'm super excited to be able to do this sort of stuff because, look, my wife is like, I don't have to cook anymore. Jason's doing all the cooking in the afternoons when I get home. That's right, because guess what? This stuff right here, it's going to last for a few days. Well, I say a few days, right? I say that this is going to last a few days. Maybe it'll last a few days, but I don't know if it's going to last a few days because, oh my God, I love burnt ends, and just the looking at this, it already is looking so daggum good. But yeah, it's one of those things that I can cook on Saturday and Sunday, or even right now on Friday. I can get this going after work, then I can get in there, play some video games, come back in, check the temps, and get everything going. And then just every other day, just, you know, warm it up in the oven. Or if you want to get a little bit of extra smoky flavor on top of like everything, say you sauce it up. Now, I do not sauce up anything. Why? I'm a diabetic. I don't, everything is so sugar content oriented, you know what I mean? Everything is sugar this and sugar that, sugar this and sugar that. So I don't actually put barbecue sauce or anything on mine. But if you do put barbecue sauce on yours and reheat it on the pellet grill, you will get some extra smoky flavor because it's sticking to that liquid. Like I said, oh my God, this is looking so good. I did not freeze any of this meat, and I'm having to remember to cut with the back end of this knife. Let's go. Oh my God. This is going to be a lot of meat. I should probably vacuum seal some of this, but I'm not going to. I just got a deep freezer. I'm letting that sit up for a day since I just put it on the back porch. And this sale at Freshway Market's going on until the 18th. Yeah, I'm just going to go pick up some more chuck roast and just, just freeze it. Now look, this one right here, mainly fat, right? Mainly fat, a little bit of meat. So what am I going to do? I'm going to make a rectangle. That way, the whole thing has half fat and half meat. You see? That way, that little fat cap, good to go. Absolutely, positively. Oh, so we're going to be using some competition barbecue rub and meat church. Dude, I don't know what it is by that Holy Cow. I absolutely love that Holy Cow. And then Heath Ryle's like barbecue competition. So good. Absolutely, positively so good. Same kind of thing on this one right here with all of that fat. And see, I'm glad I did it on that one. Honestly, should I? Yeah, I'm going to. I don't care. I'll eat that piece. I'll eat both of those pieces. I like fat. My wife is like, there's too much fat on that. I don't sound anything like that, Jathan. Nothing at all. I don't sound like that. Stop imitating me. I don't sound like that. Well, neither does anybody else. Everybody gets the same. Everybody gets the like wonderful Minecraft like villagers. But yeah, I like this is my humor style. This is like me just hanging out, and I love the fact that y'all are down for this sort of stuff because I'm cooking anyways. You know, this is like good creative content. It's getting me in that dad mode, like, you know, because the wife is wanting to talk about having kids, you know, and stuff like that, and then potentially moving down to the country, and then I could potentially, look, here's the thing that's exciting about this. I could potentially get something like Meat Church's Outdoor Kitchen, and if you've ever seen it, it's absolutely wonderful. Here's a picture right here. Oh my God, it's such a cool looking thing, but look, it's time to put some seasoning on all of this jumbo and jazz, and then start to put it on the tray. That way smoke can get all around everything. So this is why I can't wait to have my own like cooking space outside or like under a porch or something like that. So I can actually do all of this stuff and not have to then clean up my wife's kitchen. Like cleaning up my kitchen, sure, no problem. My wife's kitchen? Nah, fam. Now that we've got all of this taken care of and seasoned up, we are going to let the meat sweat for about 15 to 30 minutes and let that seasoning penetrate a little bit more than it is right now. But next up, you'll see us throw it on the grill at 160, then check on it every hour or two to see how she is going. Then bump up that temperature to 225 degrees to see how all of this tastes in about 5 to 6 hours. Now it's been about 2 hours and let's see how this is looking. Oh my Lanta, look at that heckin' meat. It is looking so tasty. That bark is forming all the way around. And now we're going to be turning it up to 225 degrees to finish it off for the next couple of hours. But yeah, we'll see y'all when it's done. Now, as you can see, there is a whole plate of food in front of me, and I need to take a thumbnail, but we've got this piece right here that I just kind of want to show you because it's got a lot of fat on it. But you see all around the sides, whether it be top, side, or anything like that, there is bark on there. But I'm trying to look for a piece that would kind of simulate a point, and this is kind of there. But as you can see, it is tender. It is bouncy. I'm ready to try it out. Now, here's the thing about this. The chuck roast is a more leaner cut than the point of a brisket. So I kind of want to give it its best fighting chance by having some fat in there. We're going to take a bite. You know what? Actually, yeah, we'll take a bite of this side right here with the fat. Now, as you can hear, the fan's still going. These things really haven't had a lot of time to cool down, so let's see if I don't burn the roof of my mouth or my tongue. Oh my God. And to think, I was editing the ass jerky video when this was cooking. So you could be outside cutting grass. You know, my dogs are staring at me by the by. You could be outside cutting grass. You'd be playing video games. Oh, look at that. Oh, is there here? I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see it, but there is a small, albeit there's ducks around here. Man, that's crazy. It's got a smoke ring around the entire side, so that smoke penetrated for that 2 hours that we did 160. That really worked out because we got a smoke ring around the whole thing, and we get a bark. Now look, I'm not going to tell my wife these are bad, but I ain't going to tell her they're good, so that maybe I can eat like at least 3 to 4 pounds of that beef. But yeah, beef. That's literally what I'm having for dinner. But let me know y'all's thoughts in the comment section below. Would you like to see the poor man's burnt ends with hot dogs? Would you like to see the pork belly burnt ends? That is something I'm very excited about. But thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to check this video out. Let me know your thoughts or concerns down in the comment section below. Thank you so much to the channel members for the continued support, y'all. Have a great and wonderful day out there in the wasteland. Peace. Love you. Buh.